Right now on 13 Action News Live at 6, a state of emergency in Hawaii as lava erupts from new cracks on the Big Island. Residents urged to evacuate. Plus, the Golden Knights continue their quest for the Stanley Cup as they take on the Winnipeg Jets in the first game of the Western Conference Finals. But first, we're waiting to learn new developments after a teenager dies following a vehicle rollover on Kyle Canyon Road. It happened late last night. We know police charged the 19-year-old driver with driving under the influence. 13 Action News reporter Austin Carter has details on what happened.
Well, we have learned the driver of that truck, just 19 years old, was under the influence, according to Metro, when her truck suddenly veered off the roadway here behind me, flipping over and killing one person who was inside. Now, this crash happened just before 10 o'clock last night. We're told a 2003 Chevrolet Silverado was traveling south on Sky Point Drive, just north of Kyle Canyon Road, when the truck veered off the roadway. The driver then tried to steer back onto the road when the truck flipped over. That driver, another teen in the passenger seat, and two more teens who were in the bed of the pickup were thrown out of the truck when it overturned. One of those passengers, a 16-year-old female, was later pronounced dead after being rushed to Mountain View Hospital. The three other passengers, as of tonight, are all listed in serious condition. And the driver of that pickup truck has been identified as 19-year-old Nina Gatley, who, in addition to being in the hospital, has been charged with driving under the influence, resulting in death. Now, we did reach out to her family for comment, but we haven't yet heard back. Austin Carter, 13 Action News.
All right, well, go Knights go. Right now, the Vegas Golden Knights are taking on the Winnipeg Jets for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The score is now 4-2, with the Jets still leading, so hopefully we're headed for a comeback. Let's go right over to 13 Action News sports reporter Ross Lippman. He's at the official watch party downtown. How's it going out there? I love that crowd.
Signs of life, Tom, from this crowd and the Golden Knights after a Bill Carlson goal on a power play. It's now a 4-2 game as Winnipeg leads with a few minutes remaining to end the second period. We are at the downtown Las Vegas Event Center. The man who organized this whole thing, wearing one of the most unbelievable jackets I have ever seen. Derek Stevens with me now. Briefly, explain this jacket. How did you get your hands on it?
Well, you know, one night at Long Bar at the D Las Vegas, I just sketched it up. I want to respect all the Canadians that are visiting Las Vegas, obviously American, and I wanted to make something special for this third round here.
And let's take a look at the crowd. If we go over to the side here, you were saying to me that this is one of the most fun things that you've been able to do in the years that you've been a part of Las Vegas. What has this meant for you?
Well, I mean, this is great. I mean, this is just great for Las Vegas. Obviously, everyone supports the team so much, and to have the opportunity to have everybody come out together, be outside, enjoy this beautiful Las Vegas weather, and root for our team is just terrific.
Now, you called the Golden Knights North America's hockey team. You stand by that. And what do the Knights need to do now? Down 2 goals, about a period and change left.
Well, you know, right now that last goal is going to make it a little bit interesting. But my thoughts are pretty simple. The Dallas Cowboys might be America's team in football, but the Vegas Golden Knights are North America's team.
All right, Derek, appreciate you taking the time. We'll have a full report tonight at 11 on the result of tonight's Game 1 in the Western Conference Finals. Until then, Tom, let's go back to you.
Derek Stevens, a man who knows how to throw a party there. Well, it's no surprise locals have faith the Golden Knights will beat the Jets, but just to make sure, our crews went out to ask some fans who they think is going to win and how many games it's going to go down to.
I think it's going to go 7 games, and I hope the Knights win.
I think the Knights has been one of the best teams all year. They've either been first or second place. They got momentum, they got confidence, and I think they're going to do it.
I mean, they look good defensively. We got Fleury. I say 4-1. We win it. We take it from them.
They're going to win.
Why?
Because they're awesome.
Love that confidence there. Well, we'll keep an eye on the playoff game on all networks on 13 Action News. You can head on over to our website at ktnv.com if you need any further information.
Well, and it's been a great day if you've been at any of the watch parties. We ran well below average for this time of year, 7 degrees to be exact. There's our normal 88. Final for the day was 81, and most places had trouble breaking into the 80 degree mark. Take a look. Henderson 80, North Las Vegas 80 degrees, Boulder City only made it to 79 degrees this afternoon. Close to the numbers where we're sitting now. Sunrise Manor at 80 degrees, 82 in Henderson. Anthem in the Southern Highlands right at the 80 degree mark. Going to be a beautiful day for Mother's Day if you're maybe doing something in the morning. Clear skies, very mild temperatures. I'll tell you how cool it'll be tomorrow in your neighborhood and how much longer it's going to last in your 13 First Alert forecast.
All right, thanks, Carlo. Well, right now, President Trump authorizes federal aid to Hawaii after its volcanic eruption. Today, a new lava vent opened up, which now brings the total to 16 open vents. Now, residents are prepared for even more evacuations. Although no new significant lava flow has been reported, Kim Hutcherson says experts say the threat to human health isn't going anywhere.
After more than a week of volcanic activity on Hawaii's Big Island, President Donald Trump approved a major disaster declaration late Friday evening. Protecting residents over the next 30 days is expected to cost more than $2.9 million. The White House said federal assistance will be made available to state and local governments. Lava emissions appear to have stopped in the last few days, but scientists worry more eruptions could be on the horizon.
The question is, when will that explosion occur, if it occurs? And so we're on pins and needles waiting to see what happens with that.
As they wait, people on the island are trying to shield themselves from the fallout.
We really want to take measurements to protect the children right now. We have masks for them, but I don't know if any of them are really small enough for the small baby.
The eruptions released high levels of sulfur dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. These toxic fumes can mix with moisture, causing volcanic smog and acid rain.
It's mostly going to be an irritant. It will be trouble breathing or maybe some burning of your lungs.
While the eruptions and gases are relatively isolated on one part of the island, experts stress the importance of following evacuation orders.
As long as you leave, you'll be fine.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
And officials in Arizona say a wildfire just north of Prescott was caused by people. Several structures have been destroyed and hundreds more remain threatened. So far, the blaze has burned more than 5,000 acres and is 80% contained. The State Department of Forestry and Fire Management says more than 100 firefighters are battling the blaze. 2 people are dead after a stabbing rampage in Paris. 4 people were injured. This all happened near the city's iconic Opera House, which is just a short walk from the Louvre Museum. So far, there's no word on a motive and no indication yet on whether this was an act of terrorism. Police killed the attacker. Ahead of next month's historic summit between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, North Korea has announced an upcoming ceremony to mark the dismantling of a nuclear test site. Here's David Packer with the latest.
North Korean foreign ministry officials announcing an official date for the dismantling of a North Korean nuclear test site. The news carried by the state-run Korean Central News Agency, detailing the plans and announcing a ceremony marking the event will be held between May 23rd and 25th. The dismantling of the underground site will include collapsing its tunnels with explosions and blocking entrances, along with removing observation facilities, research buildings, and security posts. Foreign journalists from 5 countries, including the U.S., will be invited to inspect the process. This latest news comes just days after North Korea released 3 Americans being held prisoner in the country. President Trump optimistic about Kim Jong-un's motives for their June 12th summit.
I think he did this because I really think he wants to do something and bring that country into the real world.
U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo saying the 2 countries are in complete agreement about the objectives of the meeting.
If North Korea takes bold action to quickly denuclearize, the United States is prepared to work with North Korea to achieve prosperity on the par with our South Korean friends.
June 12th will be the first meeting ever between a sitting U.S. president and the leader of North Korea. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
And reports say Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders berated White House communications staff for the rude joke about Senator John McCain. Sources say she told everyone that that joke was inappropriate. However, reports say Sanders focused more on the fact that the joke was apparently leaked to target aide Kelly Sadler. She said at a private meeting that McCain was, quote, dying anyway in an apparent reference to his brain cancer. Sadler later apologized to McCain's daughter Megan. The man who police say fondled a woman at UNLV has been released on bail. D'Angelo Clark was arrested in April. His bail condition is to stay away from UNLV. He's expected back in court in July for sentencing. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue thinks squatters may be to blame for an early morning fire at a vacant building. It happened on Paradise Road near Sahara. Fire investigators believe the fire started in an outside closet on the rear of the building and then extended into the attic area. No injuries were reported. Well, it was a big morning to celebrate the founding of the city of Las Vegas. The El Dorado Parade was held downtown. Las Vegas was founded back on May 15, 1905. We spoke with one resident who reflected on when she first moved to the city.
I'm originally from Southeast Texas, so when I came to Las Vegas, I ended up working at a Western store here, Adams Western Store, and got really connected to the cowboy community. Found out about Hell Dorado, that was like, a hell-raising event, and I wanted to be involved, so I got involved.
And something special this year, among the dozens of people in the parade, survivors of Route 91 also participated. Well, it could be the new normal for medics across the valley. After the 1 October massacre, the newest tactical team introduces their skills to keep you safe. And we're officially a week away. The world is sending their well wishes to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle ahead of their wedding day. And count on Chopper 13 to bring you breaking news fast and first. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, 1 October changed everything, and now medics are stepping up their game with intense training. With a better emergency response, it's all to keep you safe. 13 Action News anchor Leslie Marine introduces us to this new team of tactical first responders.
From an active shooter
Remove your mask.
to tear gas.
I can feel like burning around my neck and stuff.
This team of 8 paramedics from AMR Medic West
Hoorah! Moving out.
are training to become the newest tactical team in the Valley. But being a part of this team, far from a walk in the park, Leslie Schaefer has spent 13 years as a paramedic. No call could have prepared her for this.
Mentally, we're kind of preparing for it, but once you're in there, it's something completely different.
The paramedics put through SWAT exercises. First, a tear gas chamber.
Gets to the point where it starts choking, can't breathe.
Jalapeno peppers rubbed all over my body.
My 2 medics that are off, I need a diamond 4.
But before they could fully recover, the team's responding to an active shooter scenario.
Right now, they're trying to give aid to the people who were shot in this active shooter training situation. Now, this situation is all too real for some of these paramedics.
We were all there on October 1st.
The idea for this team was born out of tragedy.
We had a lot of lessons learned after 1 October.
The biggest lesson, the only way to save more lives is to get paramedics on the front lines.
The traditional model was for us to sit back, wait, make sure it's completely safe. We're wasting precious minutes at that point.
Putting their lives on the line to save yours.
We want to give back to our community in a bigger way, something that we can do more, Lord forbid, October 1 never happens again.
Leslie Marine, 13 Action News.
Well, if you plan on voting in the upcoming June primary election, time is running out. If you're registering by mail, the election department must get your registration application by this Tuesday, May 15th. After Tuesday, you can only register online or in person by May 24th. The primary election is June 12th. Early voting starts at the end of the month. The president's attorney seeming to contradict statements from both the White House and the Department of Justice. It's all in regards to AT&T's $85 billion bid for Time Warner and whether the president was involved in denying the merger. Here's ABC's Chuck Sivertson.
Another confusing interview with the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, this time with Huffington Post talking about the AT&T proposed merger with Time Warner. Giuliani saying the president denied the merger. They didn't get the result they wanted, prompting White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders to clarify the Department of Justice denied the merger, reinforcing previous statements from the White House that the president had no influence over the decision. It was a deal the president had spoken out against on the campaign trail.
It's too much concentration of power in the hands of too few.
Giuliani apparently trying to defend the president against suggestions Michael Cohen improperly influenced the administration following revelations that Cohen, Trump's longtime personal attorney, was paid large sums of money as a consultant by several companies. AT&T paid Cohen's shell company $600,000. The company now admits hiring Michael Cohen as a political consultant was a big mistake, but adding that it was legal, saying Cohen approached AT&T offering his opinions on the new president. Also under scrutiny, $1.2 million paid to Cohen by Swiss pharmaceutical giant Novartis, which has also called hiring Cohen a mistake, plus $500,000 from Columbus Nova, both payments alleged by Michael Avenatti, attorney for adult film star Stormy Daniels. Sources tell ABC News special counsel Robert Mueller's team has questioned people about Columbus Nova's CEO, Andrew Entrater, over money donated to Trump's inauguration committee. Sources also said Mueller's team has also questioned others about donations to the inaugural committee from donors with ties to Russia and the Middle East. Chuck Sivertson, ABC News, New York.
Well, in exactly 1 week, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will marry. The English town of Windsor, where the wedding will take place, has been bustling. Tourists are arriving to visit the castle while preparations are still ongoing. Many roads have been repaved, street signs have been repainted, and storefronts are decked out with life-size cutouts of Harry and Meghan. Tens of thousands of visitors expected in Windsor next Saturday. Back in the U.S., the British Embassy in Washington, D.C. held an open house today. People signed dozens of cards and sent their well wishes ahead of the royal wedding.
Best wishes, many happy years, and God bless you.
Congratulations and have an awesome life.
And just a note for you royal watchers out there, the ceremony begins at 4 a.m., so you can either stay up late or get up early. Well, the series between the Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets is making one Las Vegas woman the black sheep of her family. Kelly Matsumura is a Golden Knights fan, but she grew up in Winnipeg as a Jets fan. She converted after living here for 12 years and got excited when Vegas got a new team. But you can imagine that didn't go over well with her Canadian family back home.
It's a big family feud right now. They said I'm a traitor.
I think I kind of told her I might have to go to the bathroom and throw up.
And get this, another one of her brothers is the mascot, Benny the Jet, the mascot for the Winnipeg Jets. But Kelly says she'll still be proudly cheering on the Knights, and she predicts a 4-0 sweep. Let's hope she's right, Carla.
That's right. If your brother's a mascot, then that's some pretty serious stuff there. Tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. If you're celebrating with mom at really any part of the day, it's just going to be gorgeous. In the morning, we're going to see picture-perfect 70-degree temperatures. By the afternoon, when all is said and done, high for the day, 83 degrees, picking up a few breezes in the afternoon. There's a little bit more detail on your day. By lunchtime, lots of sunshine, dinner on the patio, lunch on the patio, whatever you want to do. Again, some breezes. Notice southwesterly winds at 13 at 4 o'clock. And there are the numbers across the valley for tomorrow. 78 degrees in Summerlin. That will be, of course, our cool spot. Aliante at 82 degrees. Northeastern portions of the valley also in the low 80s. Mainly sunny skies. Sunrise Manor and Ellis Air Force Base. In the southwest, one of the warmer spots, Mountains Edge at 83. And notice the winds at 12 miles per hour there. Again, in the afternoon, we're expecting a gust maybe between 20 and 25 miles per hour. Lake Mead, maybe not the best for boating in the afternoon. I think in the morning hours you might be okay. And anything else you're doing outdoors is just going to be great. 77 the high in Red Rock, Mount Charleston 57. So if you're going hiking, doing any hiking out there in the morning, in the afternoon, going to be picture perfect for you. There's that system that's sitting all that cold air in place. We've lost most of the wind, but this is going to linger and sort of lose energy over the next couple of days. So we won't have much of a problem with the wind. Today, it's not been bad at all. Henderson, 10-mile-per-hour winds, but you can see single digits for the rest of the valley. There is the 6 o'clock hour. As we move through the rest of the evening, not much of a problem by 8 o'clock, still single digits, and later o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, not a problem. Tomorrow is going to be a similar pattern to what we're seeing today, maybe just a little more. 8 o'clock, no big deal, but notice southern portions of the valley starts to pick up a little bit. 15-mile-per-hour winds there in Boulder City. You do want to take that into account if you're planning on doing any boating for Mother's Day. 4 o'clock, generally a breeze around the entire valley. By 8 o'clock, it calms down, so there will be that period in the afternoon, I think between about lunchtime and 5 o'clock, where we could see gusts to about 25 miles per hour. Monday, Tuesday will be sort of between systems, and that system I showed you will be losing all of its energy, so we're only going to get the occasional breeze. And then on Wednesday, that 25-mile-per-hour gust that you see, this is your first alert for the next system that's going to be rolling through. Your allergy forecast, not bad at all in the moderate category for the next several days. And again, temperatures for tomorrow just going to be great. Monday, we're still going to be below average for this time of year. We'll finally be back close to where we should be on Tuesday. We start to try to warm up, but again, that system rolling in, breezy Wednesday, officially in the windy category Thursday, Friday, and then we'll see another cool down back to the 80s by next Friday. Back to you.
All right, get out and enjoy it. Thanks, Carla. Well, it's history in the making, all thanks to a rule change. Two brothers will compete against each other in the Scripps National Spelling Bee, and a special bond makes this pair stand out from all the rest. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, you know those Oreo flavor contests? The company asks people to send in some ideas for a new flavor and you win a prize. Well, one woman says her idea was chosen, but she never received anything. Taylor Young from Denver submitted the cherry cola idea to Oreo a year ago. She first got an immediate response and a special message from Oreo. The winning flavor takes home $500,000, but then she said the company stopped communicating with her. Taylor reached out after seeing her cookie on store shelves. Oreo finally responded, saying Cherry Cola was already in development, so it wasn't her idea, it was theirs.
That's not cool. But if they claim that they had already had it in their back pocket, then they don't need to provide prizes to anyone.
Well, our sister station in Denver tried reaching out to Oreo and its parent company, but got no response. Well, this year's Scripps National Spelling Bee is just weeks away, and it's going to make history because of two boys. So why are they so special? Chris Welch is taking us to meet them before they hit the national stage.
As identical twins, Garrett and Pierce Briner's life tends to be a series of things done together. Riding their bikes, taking piano lessons, and for the last few years,
Should we do some roots?
spelling words.
Garrett Dasseray.
What's the language of origin?
French. No helping.
Garrett made it to the National Bee last year.
How do you spell it?
M-Y-R.
But this year, both Briner twins and one other pair from Mississippi are among an elite group.
So it's kind of historical, I guess you could say.
Thanks to new qualification rules, the two sets of brothers are now the first twins to compete in the Scripps National Spelling Bee's 91-year history.
Would you say you guys are competitive? Well.
Sometimes. If we're both in the same room while one of us is studying, sometimes the other one jumps in and tries to spell the word before the other one does.
It usually digresses into kind of a wrestling match.
But Mom Liz Briner says ultimately they support each other.
Garrett's going to be more anxious when it's Pierce's turn than when it's his own turn.
That support tends to run in the family, as the two cheered on their older brother James when he too competed at the national level 3 years ago. Will they be nervous?
Oh yeah, I'm really nervous. Yeah.
But mostly for each other. Liz Briner says she isn't sure what makes her family good at spelling, but if she could offer one piece of advice to future hopefuls,
Don't give up.
I'm Chris Welch reporting.
All right, good luck to both of them. Well, Carla has another look at your forecast, but right now, here's a live look outside the valley. You're watching 13 Action News, where you get breaking news fast and first. We'll be right back. And here's a look at what's coming up in tonight's primetime lineup right here on ABC at 8 o'clock, American Idol, 10 o'clock, 2020. Then, of course, stay with us for 13 Action News live at 11.
Well, if you prefer these cooler temperatures, then you're going to like the next couple of days. Mother's Day is just going to be lovely, 83 degrees, some breezes. In the afternoon hours, we'll stay below average for this time of year on Monday. We start to warm up Tuesday, Wednesday. The system finally losing all of its energy, but then the next one moves right in. On Wednesday, we'll be breezy, back to the windy category Thursday, Friday with the next system, and there's your next little cool down on Friday.
All right, and here's one for you, Carly. Said you've been doing a lot of running lately. If you're looking for a jogging pal, here could be an option for the future. A company called Boston Dynamics released a new video of its humanoid robot called Atlas. Check that out. The 5-foot-tall machine can jog and jump over logs all on its own. It can also do a backflip, open doors, and lift boxes. No word yet on when the robot will be available for purchase. What do you think, Carla?
I need that guy to hold an umbrella and an air conditioner next to me during the summer so I can keep running outside and not have to go indoors for 3 months out of the year.
Maybe you can do that too.
Maybe you can, yeah.
All right, well, that's our news for now. Stay with us for Judge Judy up next. We're always on at ktnv.com, our mobile app, and our Roku channel. We'll see you right back here for Action News Live at 11. Thanks for watching, everyone.